It was a little over 5 years ago when Mahindra released official pictures of their first premium motorcycle, the Mojo. But since then, it's been stuck in a sort of development limbo, and wasn't until Auto Expo 2014 that we got to see the production version of the bike. But that itself was some 20 months ago. Now it's the end of 2015 and Mahindra is finally ready to get the Mojo out on sale for the Indian market. So does the Mojo deliver on that much promised premium experience, or has Mahindra lost out on some of its Mojo in this long development cycle? That's exactly what we're here to find out. Even though the Mojo might be Mahindra's first ever premium bike, nowhere does it show a lack of high-end components. On the suspension front, it sports beefy upside-down forks up at the front and a pillar adjustable monoshock at the rear. Powering the bike is a 295cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder motor that makes 27 PS of power and 30 Nm of torque. It sports the best-in-class brakes as well, a massive 320mm pedal disc at the front and a 240mm disc at the back with 2 piston calipers. There still are some traces of the Malaguti MR250, which was the original basis for the Mojo, especially its exposed twin tubular frame and parts of the tail section. But most of the other mechanical components were significantly reworked by Mahindra. But the best part is that Mahindra has managed to deliver absolutely top-notch build quality on all the parts. Speaking about the Mojo's design, the word that comes to mind is, well, quirky. Now don't get me wrong, there are some interesting looking things on the bike. I personally like the golden color on the swing arm, the frame and the front forks. Also this massive muscular tank does look good, and I love that instrument cluster. It's very compact and very modern. But for me, what sticks out like a sore thumb is that front fairing. It's a little too big for a bike of this size, and even the design reminds me of Night Owl's ship from the movie Watchmen. That being said, the bike does look a lot better in real life than it does in pictures, and the design does grow on you over time. But let's face it, it's not going to be winning any beauty contests. Out on the road, the Mojo surprised all of us with its ultra-refined engine. In 6th gear, the motor really hits a sweet spot at about 100 to 110 km per hour, and it can stay at this speed all day. But what totally blew us away was the ride quality. The suspension has an ability to make speed breakers feel like mere rumble strips. It eats up the largest bumps and potholes without batting an eyelid and almost rides like a large adventure bike. Even if you show it corners, the chassis copes fairly well. But it's the brilliant Pirelli Diablo Rosso 2 tires that really give it supreme confidence in the twisties. It's only when you encounter mid-corner bumps that the raked out front feels a bit disconnected from the rest of the bike, but the Pirellis compensate for this to a large extent. Braking is good too, with those large front and rear discs delivering good bite and stopping power. However, feel at the lever leaves a little bit to be desired. Now the Mojo's engine does deserve some special mention. Granted that this 295cc motor doesn't make class-leading power figures, it's the way it delivers that power that makes all the difference. It's absolutely linear and it delivers its grunt at any speed and any RPM. And then there are the refinement levels. This has to be one of the smoothest single-cylinder motors in this class of bike in India, that's for certain. And it's bike-free even up to its red line of 9000 RPM. It's easy to fall in love with the Mojo just for that motor. The Mojo offers a very soft and comfortable seat, and with its tall, wide handlebars and forward-set foot pegs, the riding position is quite neutral. With a curved weight of 165 kilos dry, it is a bit on the heavier side and can't really be described as a corner carver's delight. Overall, it's very well suited for long-distance touring, although slightly more rear-set foot pegs and a slightly stiffer seat would have been more welcome. But its greatest strength for touring is its massive 21 litre fuel tank. Combine that with a mileage of approximately 30 km per litre and you're looking at a range of over 600 kilometers between refueling stops. The Mojo certainly is one of the best all-rounders in this segment, and all our apprehensions about it were shed off as we spent more time in the saddle. It really should appeal to a wide variety of motorcycle riders. Now there's no doubt that the Mojo stands strong on its own merits, but whether it will be able to make a splash in the Indian market depends on what sort of pricing Mahindra is able to pull off when they launch the bike later this month. When they had shown off the bike 5 years back, they had announced a pricing of rupees 1.3 lakhs ex-showroom. Now of course in today's day and age that sort of pricing isn't really feasible for a bike like this, but I think Mahindra should get the pricing somewhere in that bracket for potential buyers to be able to take a gamble on the Mojo. But I think for those looking for a bike which can give them a relaxed, sort of a refined touring experience, well, they should take a gamble in any case. But let's wait and watch.